Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learnopedia Let's Succeed. Now we have completed the first chapter of geometry, that is similarity, and the first chapter of algebra, that is linear equations in two variables. If you have not watched that videos or you have any doubts regarding the topics in the chapter, you can just watch my videos and get your doubts cleared. So for that you need to visit my channel, or else I have provided the link in the description, so you can just go and watch it. Now today I'm going to start with the second chapter of geometry, that is Pythagoras theorem. So let's see what are the topics we are going to cover in this video. First I'm going to cover the Pythagoras theorem, which we have studied in the 5th or 6th standards maybe. Second is the Pythagoras triplet. Third is the properties of right angle triangle, in which I will cover the property of 30 60 90 and the property of 45 45 90. Next is the similarity and right angle triangle, and the last topic is the theorem of geometric mean. Now there are more topics in this lesson, but in this video I am going to cover up to these topics only. So in the next video I will cover the remaining topics. So let's see these topics one by one. So the first topic is Pythagoras theorem. As I said, we have learned this in our previous classes. So we are going to just revise it and we will learn its derivation in the next video. Okay. So let's see what does its statement say. In a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides. This is the statement of the theorem. So we all know what is a hypotenuse is. It is the side opposite to the right angle in a triangle. So right angle के जो opposite side होती है उसे कहते हैं hypotenuse, right? So according to the theorem, what does it say is we have to prove that PR square is equal to this hypotenuse का square is equal to the square of the remaining two sides, that is PQ and QR. So this is what we get, and this we have learned in our previous classes, so we are just revising it here. So let's see the next topic now. This is the only thing which we have to prove in this theorem, nothing else, nothing new in that, right? So moving to the next topic, that is Pythagorean triplet. In this, what does it say is, in a triplet of natural numbers. Now natural numbers are any numbers from 1 to 1 and ahead. So if the square of the largest number is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining two numbers, then the triplet is called as the Pythagorean triplet. So here I have taken one example which we will solve, and you will get to know what does it say. So according to them, if the square of the largest number, so if we select the largest number here, it is 61 in this three numbers. So the largest number is, that is this one, largest number is equal to 61, and what they have said is square of the largest number. So 61 का square is equal to sum of the squares of the remaining two numbers. So remaining two numbers are 11 and 60. So they are saying that कि square, इन दोनों का जो square होगा वो उसका sum मिला के we will get 61 का square. So 11 square plus 60 square. So this is what they are saying. So let's see if it is true. Now 61 का square is 61 into 61. So what we get is 1 into 1, 1 6, and then 6 6 6 1 is 6, and this is 36. So 1 12 7 and 3 3 7 2 1, we get it on the left hand side. So this is here we get, and 11 का square is RHS लिया तो we get 11 का square is 121, right? और 60 का square is plus 3600. So if we add this, we will get it as 3721. So here we get it as LHS is equal to RHS. So this is what they are saying, that a Pythagorean triplet, if we take the largest number ka square, then we can equate it to the remaining two sides, remaining two numbers ka square, addition of the remaining two numbers ka square. So this is what they want to say in this Pythagorean triplet. If you get any questions from this, no one will give these types of questions, but this is just a thing which they have given in your textbook. So I tried to explain you here. So let's move to the next topic now. Property or topic, that is property of 30, 60, 90 triangle. Before starting this topic, I would like to mention that in the previous topic, that is the Pythagorean triplet topic, I forgot to mention one thing. That is, if we proved that the LHS and RHS sides are equal, so it is called as an Pythagorean triplet. But if both the sides are not equal, that is LHS is not equal to RHS, then it won't be a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, triplet. That is, so let's see the new topic, that is property of 30, 60, 90 triangle. Now according to the statement given here, if acute angles of right angle triangle are 30 and 60, राइट एंगल को छोड़ के जो बाकी के दो एंगल्स होते हैं, अगर वो 30 और 60 है, देन द साइड अपोजिट टू 30 डिग्री एंगल इज हाफ ऑफ द हाइपोटेन्यूज and the side opposite to 60 degree angle is √3/2 times the hypotenuse. So it is simple statement which is given. So let's see with the help of an example. So in the example it is given that in triangle LMN, angle L is equal to 30 degrees and angle N is equal to 60 degree, and this angle is 90 degree, we can see here, right? So therefore the side opposite to 30 degree angle is equal to, that is this side is equal to half of the hypotenuse. This is what they are saying. Okay, that is Mn is equal to hypotenuse is Ln, so half of Ln. Okay, and the side opposite to 60 degree, that is this N angle, is equal to, that is LM is equal to √3/2 the hypotenuse into hypotenuse. So this is what they have given. Now if we take Ln is equal to 6 centimeter and we have to find Mn, if the hypotenuse is given, we have to find these sides and the angles are 30, 60 and 90. Okay, so if the triangle has 30, 60, 90 and the hypotenuse is given, then we can easily find the lengths, remaining two lengths, that is Mn and Lm. So Mn is equal to Mn, this 30k opposite wali side, so it is half of hypotenuse. So this is what we get from that, using this property. And the next thing is Lm. This we have to find, and it is √3/2 of Ln, that is the hypotenuse. So we get √3/2 and this 2 and 6 gets cancelled by 3, so 3√3. This is what we get the value of Lm. So this is how we have to use this property, and it is easy. Like if one angle is 90, then the remaining two angles, some angle would be 90, right? Because the total sum of the interior angles is 180 degree. एक एंगल अगर 90 डिग्री हो गया तो बाकी दो एंगल्स का सम इज 90 डिग्री, तो फिर एक 30 हो सकता है और एक 60. Okay, so if it is given that the angles of the triangles is 30, 60, 90 and the length of the hypotenuse is given, then we can find the values of the other remaining sides. So or else we can, एक दूसरा एंगल दिया है, सॉरी दूसरी लेंथ दी है, that is if it is given that this Lm we know from that, so we can find the hypotenuse and after that we can find this one. उल्टा भी कर सकते हैं. So this is all about this property. Moving to the next property, that is property of 45 degree, 45 degree and 90 degree triangle. Now in the previous property it was given that the acute angles are 30 and 60 and the remaining angle is 90. In this property they have given that the acute angles are 45 degree and the remaining angle is 90. So this is what it is given, and let's see what the property says. If the acute angles of a right angle triangle are 45 degree and 45 degree, then each of the perpendicular sides is 1 by root 2 times the hypotenuse. Now if it is given that this angle is 90 and this will be 45, the remaining two acute angles are 45 and 45, so they are same, right? So if they are same, the side opposite to this will be equal to this. The side opposite to equal angles is equal. Remember this thing. And what they have said is the perpendicular sides, that is this side and this side, they are perpendicular to each other, right? And this is the hypotenuse. So the perpendicular sides, measure of the perpendicular sides will be 1 by root 2 times the hypotenuse. This is what the statement of the property says. So according to the property, we have xy, that is this one, is equal to 1 by root 2 of the hypotenuse, that is zy, and xz, that is this side, we have 1 by root 2 into its hypotenuse, that is zy. So this is what it say, and this will be same, that is xy is equal to xz is equal to 1 by root 2 if zy is equal to 1. Remember, and I have taken one example here. So if zy is equal to 3 root 2 centimeters, then we have to find xy and xz. So we know that xy and xz is equal to 1 by root 2 times the hypotenuse, right? So 1 by root 2 into hypotenuse is given as 3 root 2. So xy is equal to, this gets cancelled, and xy is equal to xz is equal to 3 centimeters. This is what we get. Now in the previous property I told you that you can find the hypotenuse as well if one of the side is given. So in this sum you also can do that and find the values of the unknown lengths. So let's move to the next theorem, that is a theorem based on similarity concept. So let's see that now. So moving to the next topic, that is similarity and right angle triangle. Now this is a theorem which we have to prove, and let's see what does the statement of the theorem says. In a right angle triangle, if the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, then the two triangles formed are similar to the original triangle and to each other. So according to the statement, what they say is, if we draw in a right angle triangle, this one, if we draw a perpendicular line from the 90 degree vertex to the hypotenuse, then this triangle formed and this triangle formed are similar to each other, and they are similar to the bigger triangle, this one, that is ABC. So this is what we have to prove, and for that let's see what is given. The givens in this, they have given that triangle ABC is 90 degree, and this is the segment perpendicular to BD is the segment which is perpendicular to AC. Now this is they have given because this D point lies between this points A and C. So this is denoted by A dash D dash C. And what we have to prove is this chota triangle is similar to the ABC. Also this smaller triangle, that is BDC, is similar to a bigger triangle ABC, and the two small triangles are similar to each other. So this is what we have to prove. So let's begin with the proof now. I have taken this proof from your textbook itself. I will explain you here, and if you don't understand anything or need any help, you can just look it in your textbooks for any help, right? So let's begin with proving it. we have taken first triangles ADB and triangle ABC. So these two are the triangles, that is ABC and ABD. So what they have said is, in these two triangles, angle DAB, that is DAB, this one, and BAC, this angle is same, common for both the triangles, right? So they have given this is equal to this. Okay, now this is congruent angle. I have just forgot to put that sign there. So these are the two congruent angles, right? And the angle ABC and angle BDA or ADB, that is 90 degree. Both the angles are 90 degrees, so they are congruent to each other. So if we are getting two congruent angles to be same, we can say that these two triangles, that is triangle ADB and triangle ABC, this bigger one, is similar to each other by AA test. Now we have done this test in the first chapter of geometry, that is similarity. Okay, and we are going to use all the concepts of similarity here to prove these triangles similar. So using those concepts, we are going to prove these triangles similar. Okay, and this we have proved. We have got one thing, that is triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. We have proved this. Second thing, we have to prove that triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. So let's see what we have to do for that. Now if we take these two triangles, that is BDC, this BDC, and the bigger triangle ABC, again this angle will be common for both the triangles BCD and BCA. So this is the common angle. These two, they are congruent to each other. Wait, let me erase this, it may be confusing. So these two triangles, this angle for both the triangles will be similar or congruent, right? So this angle becomes common angle. The next thing is, this angle is again 90 degree here. This angle is 90 degree, right? And this angle is also 90 degree. So it again becomes congruent to each other, these two angles. And after that, if these two angles become congruent to each other, then we can say that these two triangles are similar to each other by AA test. Again we have used the concept of AA test here. So this we have proved the second thing also, that is triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. We have proved this, both the things. Now the main thing is, we have to prove both the smaller triangles to be similar. So how we are going to do that is, this is simple. Like if this triangle, that is ADB, is similar to triangle ABC, and this triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC, so from 1 and 2 we can say that triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC, right? Because both the triangles is similar to one triangle, that is ABC. If they are similar to one triangle, that is ABC, then they are similar to each other. So this is what we have taken from 1 and 2 here. So we have proved all these statements, and we have to prove that these three angles are similar to each other. Now how we will do that? From 1, 2 and 3, we can say that triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. They are also similar to triangle ABC by transitivity. This we have learned in the similarity chapter. This is a property. If you have not seen that, you can just revise it once again and come back here and get this concept. Okay, so this is all about this theorem. It is not that important. You just need to remember that if we draw a perpendicular from a 90 degree vertex to the hypotenuse, then the triangles formed by the perpendicular line, that is these two triangles, are similar to each other, as well as they are similar to the bigger triangle, that is the original triangle. So this is the theorem, and it is not that important. I have said that. Also, it won't be asked in your exams. So let's move to the next topic. So the next topic is theorem of geometric mean. Now from the name itself we get to know that it is a theorem, but this theorem is not that important from your exam point of view, that because it is not asked, they do not ask you from in the exams to prove this theorem. The only thing is you need to get the concept of this theorem, because we are going to use this theorem for solving these sums. So let's start proving it. First, we need to get the statement of the theorem. That is, in a right angle triangle, the perpendicular segment to the hypotenuse from the opposite vertex is the geometric mean of the segments into which the hypotenuse is divided. So this is the statement. I will explain you it in this simple way so that you will get to know what are they trying to say. That is, they are saying that if we have a right angle triangle, then the perpendicular drawn, this thing we have done in our previous theorem, this perpendicular is drawn to the hypotenuse, and what they are saying is the geometric mean. Now we are not going to get in detail of what a geometric mean is, but what are they saying is this QS square is equal to PS into SR, the segment divided because of the perpendicular line का product, that is PS into SR is equal to this perpendicular line का square. So this is what they want to say, and this is what we are going to prove for this theorem, right? So moving to the proof of the theorem, this theorem is also given in your textbook, so it is the same thing which I have told you here, right? So what they have given here is, in a right angle triangle, segment QS is perpendicular to hypotenuse PR. I have shown you this earlier. This QS is perpendicular to PR. And we have seen in a previous theorem that these two triangles will be similar, right? We have proved that these two triangles are similar if we draw a perpendicular line from the right angle triangle to the hypotenuse. So according to the similar tests or the property of similarity, we get that the sides are in proportion. So for that we have to draw the triangles individually. So I will draw it here so that you will get to know it easily, right? So these are the two right angle triangles here. From this is the S, and one sec, this is P, and this is Q, and this is R, and this is Q. So these are the two triangles we have, and what they are saying is, according to the test of similarity, what we get is QS is QS upon PS is equal to SR upon SQ. So this is what we take, that is proportional, sides proportional to each other, ratio of the sides proportional to each other, and after that we do the cross multiplication here, or just write this SQ ulta, and we cross multiply it, and we get that QS square is equal to PS into SR. And this is what we have to prove, right? The geometric mean which they have said. So this is the thing, or this is the theorem. It is just simple. You don't need to remember the proof for it. Just remember the concept. If a perpendicular is drawn from the right angle triangle to the hypotenuse, then the divided sides ka product, that is PS into SR, is equal to QS square. Remember this, because this is used for generally removing the length of the side, and you can get the length of the side of the triangle easily from this. So let's summarize what we have learned today. Now starting with the summary, the first thing which we learned was the Pythagoras theorem, and this theorem, as I said, we have learned this from our previous classes. And what does it say is, if we have a right angle triangle ABC, suppose, then we can say that the hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides. This is what we get. Now in this triangle, the hypotenuse is AC. So AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So this is what it say. In Pythagorean triplet, we learned that the biggest number ka square is equal to the remaining two numbers ka square ka sum. So this is what we have learned. And the next thing which we learned is properties of right angle triangles, that is 30, 60, 90 and 45, 45, 90. In 30, 60, 90, the side opposite to 30-degree angle is half of the hypotenuse, and the side opposite to 60-degree angle is √3/2 times the hypotenuse. And in 45, 45-degree triangle, it is 1/√2 into hypotenuse. So this is what we have learned in the properties of right angle triangle. Next thing which we learned is the theorem, that is the similarity and right angle triangle, in which we had a triangle or right angle triangle, and we had drawn a perpendicular there. So that perpendicular, we get three triangles here, right? The smaller two triangles and the bigger one. So they are similar to each other. These three angles are similar to each other. This is what we have learned in similarity and right angle triangle. The next thing which we learned is theorem of geometric mean. Now this is the latest topic which we learned, and according to that, it says that if we have a right angle triangle and we draw perpendicular to its hypotenuse, then the divided side, that is this, iska product is equal to perpendicular ka square. That is, if it is R S P and this is Q, then we get it as QS square is equal to RS into SP. So this is what they want to say from it, and this is all we have learned for today. In next video, I will cover the remaining topics, and this is all for this video. So thank you for watching my video, guys, and if you have not subscribed my channel yet, you can just hit the subscribe button there and subscribe my channel. Also, please don't forget to like and share. So thank you for watching my video, guys.